With one eye on the future, the Indian team commences its tour in Ireland under the tutelage of a new captain. This is the first time the Indian team will be playing in Belfast, and Shreyas Iyer is ready to lead the charge. We spoke about Shreyas Iyer being a new captain. Well, that's the case for Ireland as well. But it's the same team or similar faces as you saw when they became champions. No Vaibhav Suryavanshi in the lineup today. India, of course, won the toss and chose to bowl. There are debutants in the ranks for Ireland, though, under the tutelage of a new captain in Lachlan Tucker. The two brothers would be looking to make an impact with the bat. These are the two debutants in Jay Mundra and Matt Hollard. Jay Mundra has an India connection.
Full strength South Africa side 9.
The way he's holding his bat. He's a right-hander holding the bat in his right hand. You know, there's a lot of use of the bottom hand when he's batting. Arshdeep Singh, he's back into form. He was a little off-colour first half of the IPL. He will enjoy these conditions. He does get the ball to swing around, and these conditions would help him do that.
Speedy Cup here in Belfast. Sun shining, world champions on our shore. One slip in play. Oh, it's gentle. Gentle full toss first up.
Yeah, just looking for...
On the charge. Not the biggest boundaries here, Stormont. Should just be hauled in. Washington Sundar in the deep.
You know, the biggest challenge for this Indian side would also to figure out the opposition as well, because India does...
Oh my word, have you ever seen anything as beautiful on a Friday afternoon in Belfast? It's the first of the day. 10 without loss.
So he's come back after a long injury layout. It's a big game for him.
Well, he went for the in-swinger, and Adair backing away. Third is inside the ring, and the Ireland fans in the crowd are up and about.
A little streaky, but we'll take it. Over the slip. Again, that carry and pace. He's quite quick in the air as well. And no chance for Abhishek. And also looking at the dimension here, Niall, as a bowler, you would want to go back of length because the square boundaries are longer than the straighter boundaries.
Smashed a long way in front of square. No chance for the sweeper. Well, you mentioned back of the length, that was just too short.
But also back of the length, it seems like you're playing into Adair's hands as well, because we were talking about how good he is with his bottom hand and square of the wicket, and that length suits him. We saw that last ball of the previous over, and again here, in control, picked it up from outside off stump.
Straight up in the air. It's gone a long way up. Sanju Samson with the gloves took control of the situation, as any good wicketkeeper does.
Yeah, that's his catch. He has to. That's not easy. Especially with that top edge, it's swirling. He does really well to judge it and then pouch it. But the length was perfect. Not too short, the hard length that we are talking about. Not much footwork again, using the bottom hand. Pays the price for it. Interesting shot innings from Adair. Gone for 12 of 7, 20 for 1 Ireland.
Now they're not out of the screws. Nowhere near the middle of the bat. Oh, punched it. He's punched it over the rope. Shivan Dubey did all the hard work. He got there, he made the ground and made a mess of it.
Yeah, absolutely so. He did all the hard work, the tough bit of it, which is reaching. Kind of sliced it a little bit. Oh, got there comfortably. And not just that.
Oh, I mentioned Harry Tector early on. He feels for the ball outside the off stump. It's straight through to Sanju. Routine.
We're slipped there. Harry Tector. You can protect yourself because that's a rough wicket. You called it, Niall. Outside edge. Harry.
Leg side. Won't cut that off. So Tim Tector is living slightly dangerously, but at the moment he's entertaining the crowd.
Go on. He's loud enough. But that's a good shot. The ball just come back in a little bit with the angle as well. The bat kind of slipping in his hands as well. But it just seems like at times he just does have this tendency of falling over, isn't it, Tim Tector? I wouldn't be surprised if Harshit is trying to hit his pads and attack the stumps a little more.
Well, that's going to be a wide for sure. Rowley Black, one of our umpires, in his 47th T20i, and Gareth Morrison is alongside him, standing in his 8th. Johnny Kennedy is our 3rd umpire today. Good old JK.
Just got a little carried away, Harshit. Look at that bounce.
Now then, straight up in the air. Simple as you like, and Ireland are gifting India wickets here in the power play.
Just talking about his head falling over, I won't be surprised if his head was, the line of the ball was inside his eye line. Kind of slicing it. He did slice the previous one as well to the boundary, but this one, nicely watched and taken by Shreyas Iyer. Yeah, Tim Tector gone for 17, 30 for 3 Ireland.
Shorter, top edge. There's a man trying to run around, but hasn't got enough. It's going to go all the way. And a very welcome boundary for Ireland. 6 runs. Big top edge. Some pace on it from Krishna. Prasid Krishna, who just dropped it a little shorter in at Cullets.
Very good to the leg side. That's where his strength lies, Ben Callets. And the length encouraged him to take the field on. I'm sure he would have had his heart in his mouth for a while. Does it have the pace on it? Just about had the distance. Some catches to India.
Beautiful shot, glorious shot, straight down the ground, all the way. And that is the best possible way to bring up the Ireland 50. Ben Callets. Splendid.
Well, sometimes when your feet aren't moving, the best thing to do is get them dancing. And Ben Callets dancing down the pitch. A good sight to see if you're an Irish fan. Gets the feet moving, gives himself room, and lets the bat do the rest.
Well, it's a fledgling career in T20 internationals, but he's now hit more 6s than 4s in the format. Okay. And he might just have a birthday present. Getting under it. That's a glorious catch, a wonderful catch. Prasid Krishna with a rough wicket. Over his shoulder, he was taking those in practice. Ireland 51 for 4 as Callets goes.
Tucked up for room, loves room outside off stump, Ben Callets. And just not enough room to get the bat through in time. Watch that very well, Prasid Krishna. Ben Callets goes for 15, Ireland 51 for 4.
Well, Shivam Dube, the kind of bowler who can cause a middle order collapse. Gareth Delaney makes his way to the crease now for Ireland. Very experienced, with nearly 100 caps under his belt in the format. He can certainly bat a bit.
Well, down the ground, and that is a good shot. Very good flat bat. Gareth Delaney.
That showcases timing by Delaney.
They've got no intention of doing that. I think they'll just go one way and see how it goes. But 4 wickets in the first, 9 overs is a lot that might just hamper the eventual score. But I guess it's a team decision that this is T20 cricket. We've got 10 wickets in hand, just 20 overs. Pretty good batting pace. The sun is out.
Yes,
When you have 2 right-handers, Atish.
what a shot that is! Got to the pitch of the ball and sent it out of the ground.
What do you call a clean hit? Got to the pitch of the ball, and sometimes when you just step out with the intent of hitting the ball and it comes in the right slot, this is the magic that happens. Just the connection is too sweet. And the bowler knows at the moment that he hears the contact, he doesn't need to look back. You can see there is stepped out, had to make no adjustments. Sometimes the bowler reacts, holds it a little shorter. The batter then has to stay committed to the shot, and it's not often it's better.
Who goes for the scoop, intelligently so. Tucker now seems to be getting a little bit of form.
Finally, they had to go to this one. They tried to hit the bowler straight down the page, tried a little more orthodoxy, but now this is the go-to shot for the modern batter. The struggle for runs, connection. Eyes on the ball and maybe off the glove, close to the bat handle.
He's tried this before.
Second. It's up in the air. Good effort. Very good effort, but not good enough to catch it. In fact, to stop the boundary either.
A bit of a wry smile, wasn't it? Because that's 2 chances now have gone a begging. I think you're being a little bit kind, Washington Sundar. It was a sharp chance to his right, but didn't get the hands away from his body early enough for them to know about.
That's the pocket we're talking about. Extra cover. And it's hit well enough to find another boundary. Second of the over.
Great placement. Extra cover quite square there. I reckon you probably want to be straighter if you're Shreyas Iyer, because you need to cut off that angle exactly there, because the square boundaries are by far the longest. So try and get the batters to hit those square boundaries if you possibly can.
That's a lovely hit. That is a glorious hit.
Push shots along the ground.
I'll find the gap. That's hit very nicely.
Tell you what, great fielding over there. Was that Aidan Seaver, the one of the umpires? He's the 4th today. One bounce straight into the bread basket. Well, just got a little bit deep, and it's too short at that pace. Stood nice and still. Well, it didn't go quite all the way, but have a look at this for tech.
Straight down the throat. I would be quite disappointed with that shot, Tucker. He picked up the pace off, hit it all right, but found the fielder. It's a big wicket. Partnership broken.
Well, brought back into the attack to do just this as Rana took the pace off, and the fielder placed perfectly as well. Lorcan Tucker, well, he rebuilt things beautifully for Ireland, but he's got to go for 50. Ireland 115 for 5.
Oh, this is interesting. Always wanted to figure out how Shreyas Iyer is going to use Washington Sundar. When he came into the Indian side, the white ball cricket used him as a new ball bowler. He would bowl in the power play. Oh, that's an absolute gift. A high full toss, and accepts it gladly, Dockrell, for a maximum. It's a no ball. That's a very high full toss. It's a free hit for Dockrell too.
Well caught up with. You're not expecting this. And look at the front elbow. He had absolutely no room to extend. So that's all bottom hand power. And the back hip coming through as well. It's definitely a no ball. And this was the previous wicket. The captain.
That's very smartly played. Good use of the bottom hand. Almost scooped it over square leg and fine enough. An expensive start to the over for Washington.
You can't underestimate the pressure when a new captain comes in. Even though you've got the same coach, new captain comes in, how is he going to use you? You have to perform. That's what will be in the minds of all these Indian players. And Washington Sundar has been left quite late to come into the bowling attack, and just looks like
Of the country. A little unlucky, Washington Sundar. The outside edge will find another boundary.
Well, don't worry about it saying Dockrell 7, because he's on more than that. But that's Gareth Delaney, who's got a thick edge. Gave himself room, and I think actually Washington Sundar's read it brilliantly. What he didn't read was the thick edge.
Cricket for so long. Clubbed straight. It'll read 4 for George Dockrell. Hit powerfully and with precision.
George Dockrell into his strider and quickly here, 18 off 8. Krishna just over pitching, looking for a boundary, feeding into George Dockrell's arc, and half hit it really. It kind of skewed off the outside half of the bat and still had enough power to go for 4. So Dockrell and Gareth Delaney, two very, very explosive bats.
Straight again, glorious power. It bisects the fielders directly behind the bowler. And approaching the 150 now, Ireland.
Yeah, once again, full from Krishna. Not a Yorker, not into the wicket. Just in the slot, and Gareth Delaney playing off the back foot with a lovely vertical blade straight over the top of the bowler and powered away to the boundary for 4. Two very dangerous batters at the crease.
Tucked him up, but he's worked it away beautifully, and it'll go all the way. Whipped off his thigh pad. Gareth Delaney, who I remind you was dropped on 8.
Yeah, great batting from Gareth Delaney. Previous ball pitched up. He hammers over the top. This ball back of a length at the body, and something the Irish top order didn't do. They didn't use the pace of the Indian bowlers enough. They tried to hit a lot in front of square in the power play. Delaney's just getting inside that, riding the bounce and lifting it over short fine leg.
Lovely slow ball. It's lifted high, but it's going to go all the way. It's the very top of the sight screen. Back over Prasidh Krishna. 1 ball to come in the over, and he's already conceded 21.
Yeah, 40 runs coming off the last 11 balls. Off cutter. Delaney spotted early. Again, playing that shot off the back foot, opening the left hip and getting enough on it, hitting into the side.
Slower ball, same result. 6-6-6 to finish. Prasidh Krishna finishes his spell 0 for 57 from 4. Ireland 164 for 5 with 3 overs to go. This one takes an edge and it's going to be out. Arshdeep Singh manages to cling on, and Dockrell will go. Aksar Patel with the breakthrough. And Ireland 164 now as they lose their 6th wicket.
Yeah, big wicket for India. Dockrell goes for 19 off 10. Ireland 164 for 6.
Cut away. The fielders are in. There is some cover, but he's rather square, and that'll race away for 4.
Yeah, great batting from Liam McCarthy. Slight slower ball. down to 70.8 mile an hour, but a little bit of width on show. Liam McCarthy watching it right onto the bat. Great close-up there, eyes on the ball and using the pace on show and up over third man for 4.
Getting Tilak Varma to the rope. That was very... Lifts it up, and this is likely to be out. Akshar Patel underneath it, makes no mistake. Delaney's gone for 49, and that concludes the 19th. Ireland now 7 down, 178 on the board. Well known for his bowling. That is lofted by Liam McCarthy in the final over, but a brilliant running catch from Tilak Varma means Ireland have lost 2 in 2. Arshdeep at the end of the 19th. Akshar to start the 20th.
Yeah, great catch in the deep. Slightly fuller from Akshar Patel in towards leg stump. Didn't give Liam McCarthy the arms to free access at the ball and comfortably taken in the deep. McCarthy goes 7 off 5. Ireland 178 for 8.
Coming down the wicket, and it's going to drop short to the fielder. They'll come through for 2. The ball coming in towards Samson, and that's going to be gone. Well, we'll have it confirmed by the television match official, but I think Kevin O'Brien, from our viewpoint, that was well short of his crease, shall we say.
Yeah, good fielding in the deep. A strong throw to Sanju Samson. He didn't have much to do. Just took it and whipped the bails off. I think Matthew Humphries is short. Well short. There he is. 2 or 3 feet short of the wicket, of the crease. Ireland finish 182 for 9. At the end of the 20 overs.
Well, for much of the innings, they were looking to...
Sanju Samson, Abhishek Sharma. Very productive opening pair for India in T20 cricket last year or so. Abhishek Sharma, even though in the World Cup didn't start off very well, but got really important runs at the back end of the tournament. Sanju Samson finishing the World Cup with 3 back-to-back half-centuries. So this is the first time India are playing a T20 after that World Cup final. So yeah, they kind of reset things now with a new captain to lead the Indian side.
And there's a sight you love to see. A wicketkeeper captain for you, Deep. But yeah, where Ireland will be hoping that they're a little bit out of touch. I think it might be a lot to hope for India, but that they start off a little bit slowly, because the experience that's within the squad, the strike rate right across the squad is something to behold. When you're writing down those figures, it's just incredible how this Indian team goes about things. The attacking nature, so entertaining. But there are just so many within the lineup that can take a match away from you. And this opening pair, probably the most feared around international cricket.
Yeah, Matthew Humphries to start the left arm spin, something that you spoke about earlier as well, Izzy. You might see the left arm spin, and that's not a bad ploy, to be honest. Especially to Abhishek Sharma. We saw that during the World Cup, a lot of teams did use spin to start against him. Here we go. India need 183 to win. It's the power play, it's the first over, only 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Lovely, good start, lad.
Well, off the mark straight away, first delivery itself.
We didn't see a lot of movement, did we, through the air in the first innings, but straight away Matthew Humphries gets the ball to, I don't know if you can call it drift, really. It looked more like swing.
No, Tim, you do it. Thank you. Humps, be clear.
Yeah, talking about Irish bowling, obviously a lot of the seam bowlers are missing, so this isn't, to be fair, as far as fast bowling is concerned, the first choice. But that means opportunity for some youngsters coming through. And as far as strength is concerned, is spin bowling for Ireland with 3 quality spinners. Be very close to the tram line. Playing for the last few years. Chips it over covers. There's no protection there. First boundary of the Indian innings.
And he gathered himself, didn't he, after that ball wasn't called wide, Sanju Samson. And look at this skill, because this isn't too bad a delivery from Matthew Humphries, but just opens the face. It's right up under his eyes. Have a look at how he just brings the bottom wrist through with the bat face open. Incredible stuff.
Looking to go really straight. But he goes fine and he goes long over square leg. That's a spinning super 6.
Well, sometimes when you're worried about one strength of a batter, you then play into another. Worried about down the ground, Matthew Humphries on the legs and helps himself to a big 6 the first.
It's over covers this time. Not out of the middle, but we'll take it. Good start for India. 16 without loss after the first. A wicket! Very first ball in T20i for Jai Mundra. What a start to his career. Can't get better than this. Life is so easy. Jai Mundra gets Sanju Samson first ball in his international career.
Welcome to international cricket. What an outcome. A little bit of width, bottom edge onto the stumps. Doesn't matter how it happens, you've got your first wicket. Sanju Samson perishes for 5. India.
Left-hander. 2 straight, 2 leg side, and gets punished.
Well, it's been both ends of the spectrum in this first over. Absolute joy with a wicket in your first delivery, and then just get it ever so slightly wrong and get the full treatment straight onto leg stump, and too full as well. Uses the pace beautifully.
McCarthy into the attack. Again, a little fortuitous there. Abhishek wasn't off the middle. We'll get another boundary here.
Well, he's turned the full kitchen sink at it, and he's only got about half, and it's still gone for 4. That's the aggression of Abhishek. Not too bad a delivery. It was a touch on the full side from Liam McCarthy. Just his second T20 international.
That should be another 4. Flatter this time. More bat.
Well, he's back to that length that got punished in the first delivery. It's a good surface. Comes onto the bat nicely. And yeah, just look how high that's bounced. That tells you something about the length that McCarthy's opted to go to. As soon as that was hit, he threw his eyes to the heavens. He knew he'd got it wrong on that occasion.
I think I was a little surprised with the skiddiness. Now that's easy. Wide and short. Over point.
The freedom with which this opening 3 have played is something to behold. A tiny bit of width. Seam up on this occasion. Doesn't get the movement back in. He generally swings it away from the left-hander. No real movement on display, though.
Scott. Nicely played. This is turning out to be a brilliant over for India and Abhishek Sharma. Now that's another boundary, the 4th of the over.
has struggled in international T20i cricket. Liam McCarthy, just that one game a year ago against West Indies.
Maybe second ball for Matthew Hollard. Takes it nicely, the skipper. As a day of the debutants, it was Jai Munda first ball and Matthew Hollard second ball. He picks up an international wicket.
Just tried to go two leg side. And have a look at this celebration. The hope, the absolute hope for Matthew Hollard and his captain doesn't make a mistake. That's as happy as you can be to take a wicket, I'd say. Second one goes for India. Ishan Kishan goes for one. India 45 for